Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is the place to be education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. So if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some love. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In a moment, we're going to talk about no really does mean no and avoid these narcissistic weirdos. But before we get into that, if you didn't know who I am Sandra Bermy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity book. I'm the only and one author of this fibromyalgia self-help handbook 2, how to manage fibromyalgia to have less pain, more energy and feel happier like a superhero rock star. So let's get into it. So I was on Facebook doing some work in groups like I usually do, and doing research in groups as well, and basically I'm in some dating groups and are asexual groups, so I was sometimes going them for research to find out kind of like what problems sexuals are experiencing, because I like to see if they're kind of the problems asexuals are experiencing with dating and relationships as well, you know. And it's quite interesting to see that a lot of the problems that asexuals have with finding someone for a relationship is quite the same as what a lot of sexuals have as well. So it quite surprises me that obviously as asexuals don't want sex, you would have thought it's much harder for us to get into a relationship than you would if it was a sexual person. You would have thought sexuals have no problem getting into a relationship and no problem finding someone, but they find it just as difficult as we do. So I'm in these sexual dating groups, like I said, on Facebook, because I believe, it's important also, if you haven't found someone for a suitable relationship yet, that you try kind of multiple avenues. Right, I've been in them for a while and they've kind of calmed down on the fact that I'm asexual now. They don't really take so much notice of it. They don't really get so alarmed. They're just kind of more used to it now, I think. And also I think the admins are better. They manage the groups better, so I don't get so much stick. Not that I should be getting stick, but you know what it's like, they find it hard to accept someone who's really different to them. I was actually giving someone some relationship advice from one of those groups, and it was good advice as well, and I kind of knew what was happening in his life in terms of relationships and dating without actually knowing him, which is why I'm obviously good at doing dating and relationship coaching. So that was really interesting, because obviously I usually coach mostly asexuals, but it's really interesting because obviously I want to be coaching more people from all different sexualities in the future, later this year specifically. I mean, obviously I can do that now, but I don't really promote it very much. So going back to what I'm talking about is basically in these groups, you have a lot of people that sometimes are in these groups and they aren't really asexual, right? And sometimes there's foreigners in them. Well, I say they're not really asexual. Sorry, I meant they're not really in the UK. Sorry, because obviously they're not asexual usually because they're in these groups, although I have found 2 asexuals in the sexual groups. So excuse me, what I meant to say was they're not actually from the UK, because I'm in some groups that are meant to be people from the UK, but one of the groups allows people in it from all over the place. Anyway, this guy messaged me on Facebook, and he messaged me from Pakistan on the 11th of he messaged, he friend requested me. That's right. So he friend requested me, and I messaged him back on the 11th of May to say I am looking for a guy in the UK for a non-sexual romantic relationship. You don't live in the UK. Now I make it clear in these dating groups that I definitely want someone in the UK. I do not want someone abroad. I do not do long distance relationships, nor do I want one. Right? I don't want marriage for people to get visas. I'm not interested. Right? I'm not interested in marriage anyway. And so now you can see that it's the 2nd of June. So he hasn't replied to me since the 11th of May, right? So obviously he's not really interested, right? Then all of a sudden tonight, this guy messaged me back when I was just about to go out the door to do a food shop. And he's like, I'm ready. And I repeated what I said is, you know, that I want someone already in the UK. You aren't, right? Because I've already said I'm looking for a guy in the UK. In my previous message, he goes, no problem. Please send me your photos if you don't mind. Well, obviously, when someone has to send the photographs, it usually means sexual. They're interested in you sexually. At the end of the day, I have my Facebook profile on public. I have nothing to hide, and there's absolutely shed loads of photographs all over the place in there, right? So if someone wants to see me, they can clearly see me, right? I don't hide who I am. So, yeah, so that's why sexual guys usually ask, right? So then I said, I'm not interested, right? If you say you're not interested, someone should respect you enough to listen to that, hear it, and to be on their way, right? Because clearly you aren't suitable, right? If you're not interested in them or vice versa, that's fine. It's just two people that aren't right for each other and you just move on. But no, this guy decided to go, please, 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 please. And I'm like, no, right? These people need to understand you're perfectly capable and right to say no, right? That's what we have human rights for. And that's called self-worth, is saying no to something that you don't want to do, right? This guy's in Pakistan. And on his profile, he says that he's studying, not yet working. So he wouldn't even be able to come over to the UK anyway. This guy's clearly, I know, after a visa, right? So I said no. And then he's like, please, 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 give me a chance. Please, please. And it's like, then he tried to audio call me. Right, and he's like, please, please, please. And I'm actually out the door by now, on my way. Oh, I'm phoning my mum on the way to food shopping, actually. And he's like, UK is a country. I knew he'd bring the UK into it, because obviously that's what he's after, isn't it? UK is a country where humanity is followed by each and every person. But I think you are not one of them. You are arrogant, girl. If you are honest, girl, answer me. Right? These people are narcissistic. You no way owe any guy anything. If you've said no, I'm not interested, they should listen to you, right? Their life is not more important than yours. Their opinion is not more important than yours. They should never overtake and override what you have said. That is someone who's got controlling behavior and who is narcissistic. So understand that these guys are weirdos. You haven't done anything wrong. It's just the way they are. They won't change. So you just block them, right? You just block them because they're not worth your time, care, attention, and energy, right? You don't want this type of person in your life. So don't ever, ever let someone twist it around so that you're in the wrong, right? You have every right to say, no, I'm not interested. We're not suitable. Wish you well. Or not, as the case may be, just block them, you know? You have perfect rights to do that. Doesn't make you a horrible person, doesn't make you a nasty person, doesn't make you anything wrong with you. There isn't. There'd be something wrong with you if you lacked self-worth and self-respect enough to carry on the conversation with this person and make them feel really bad about yourself because you haven't done what they've told you to do. This isn't like any parent telling a kid what to do. You're an adult and you can do what you like. And just imagine any woman getting into a relationship with this type of guy. You know, just imagine. This is like mind manipulation abuse. That's what it is, blatantly. So you do not want to get involved with any of these type of guys, right? If you told them they're no and you're not interested and they don't listen to you, just block them. Right? Do not let them try and make out that you're a nasty person, a horrible person, or there is something wrong with you. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. Right? They're the one with the problem. And if they can't see it, which narcissistic people cannot, because they think they're right all the time, better than anyone else, and only their opinion matters, and no one else counts, and they can stamp all over people and say what they want and do what they want with no regard or feeling or care for other people, then, you know, you don't want to be with that type of person. Narcissistic person are abusive and controlling. It might not be physical abuse, but it's usually very much mental abuse. They will often pay you a compliment, then the next minute, they're being nasty to you. Right? You know, see, he was going, I'm ready, please, 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 like he's begging me, like he's my servant or slave or something. The next minute, he's telling me what to do. And basically trying to make out that I'm a horrible person just because I don't answer them. I have a life of my own. I happen to be food shopping and I don't owe this guy anything when I've clearly said no and I'm not interested. So choose wherever you are, whatever situation it is, whatever you're saying no to, the person should respect you and walk away. You know, if you said no, you've said no, and that's the end of the story. Do you know what I'm saying? So have self-respect and have self-worth and have enough to walk away from these type of people. They won't change. They, like I said, they don't think there's anything wrong with their behaviour. They just think it's fine to trample all over people. You know, so you do not want to be around these type of people, right? A lot, you know, not some people like, oh, narcissism is a mental health, right? And then they need to get some help. I've watched programs on narcissism with psychiatrists and stuff. And even the psychiatrists and psychologists say they will hardly ever change. They might change minimally, but that's it. Usually it can stem from their childhood. But you don't want to make excuses for them. Their problems are not your problem at the end of the day. You don't owe these people, this type of person, any of your time, attention, and certainly not your life, right? If you got into like I say, if you got into a relationship with this type of person, they would be utterly controlling, abusive, and try and do whatever they want. And they would manipulate you so that every time you did something that they didn't like, it's you that's at fault, not them. They did nothing wrong. It's all you. Do you know what I mean? You do not want to be around this type of person. So ensure that you cut these people out of your life as soon as you possibly can. Right? You do not want this type of person in your life. And, you know, look after yourself out there, you know? You can say no to sex. You can say no to being friends with someone. You can say no to doing something for someone. You can say no to actually friending, you know, accepting a friend request from someone. You can say no to anything you want in life. That's your human right. Your human right. And you must say no to people. You do not want people coming in your life willy-nilly and you just accepting friend requests from everyone, accepting everyone in your life, you know? I get so many friend requests on Facebook. Like, I think I've got 60 or 70 friends requests at the moment. I just, you know, most of them, you know, I don't accept. Because a lot of the time they're just trying to do the same thing over and again. A lot of them, I'm friends with entrepreneurs, they're just trying to get you to join their group. So that all they're doing is eventually going to sell you something. Now, I don't mind joining a group to be sold something if I like the product, if it's something I need, like or want. That's fair enough, you know? Everyone's got to make a living. And if someone knows more than I do about a certain topic that I want to know about and I need that right now in my life and business, then sure, I'll join them. I don't mind, you know, paying if I work, you know, build up trust with them in the group and I like them, you know? I have no problem with that. I think that's fine. But when everyone's doing it and trying to do the same thing or similar thing, and that's all they're basically friend requesting you for, a lot of people don't even bother to say hi, then, you know, I'm not interested. You know, and at the moment I'm so busy. I'm busy at least through till September. You know, I've got work. I'm currently finishing. Then I've got to get back to my Asexual Guide to Sex book. I've actually got new interviewees for that now because it's been so long. It was, you know, I really wanted to get it published by the 1st of June. Obviously, that's past now. It was yesterday. But, you know, I know it's going to be published this year for definite. I believe everything happens for reasons. So the delay in it being published means that I got a story the other day, and I've got 2 other people that want to be in. Is it 2 or 3 other people? 3 other people actually that have messaged me this week that want to be in the book. So I don't, you know, if they all fill in their questionnaires in time, then they will be in the book as well. So this is really, really good news. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. And this is why you must say no to certain things and people. Because if you don't say no to certain things and people, you won't have enough time for the things you do need to do in your life. So really good things that will move you forward in your life, propel you forward to live the life of your dreams, to live a life of happiness that you want, to live a life that you desire, not the other person, right? Not the other person. You don't owe anything to anyone, right? You don't have to be friends with someone if you don't want to be. You don't have to like them back just because they like you. I get loads of people I fancy, loads of guys, you know. It doesn't mean to say they're going to fancy me back. You know, if they don't want a relationship with me, they just say they don't want a relationship with me. I'll move on. Like, you're not the right person for me, then go. Thank you very much. Off I go, you know? And that's life. You have to understand that people can say no to you too. It works 2 ways. But do not be pressurized are made to feel bad about saying no to someone and not accepting their request. And this includes obviously sex, especially if you're asexual. You know, you're perfectly right and entitled to say no, you don't want that in a relationship. It's not for you. It's not the type of thing you like. It's not your thing that you want to do. No, you're not going to change your mind. That's the end of the story. And if they get into a relationship with you knowing that and try and change you, then just walk away. It's better to walk away and be happy on your own than be with the wrong person in your life. Because I always say, if you're with the wrong person, then the right person will never, ever come along. So always, always remember that. And please, please, please do watch out for these people who you message, then all of a sudden they twist around what you say and make you out to be the bad person, because you're not. It's them that have got some problem that needs fixing, and they can't see that, because to them they're perfect and nothing's wrong with them, and they won't change for absolutely anyone, right? So that's okay, but that means you be on your merry way. You don't need that type of person in your life. You don't need the type of person that won't develop, grow and change themselves and is just stuck in the same pattern of bad behavior. You don't need that in your life. So anyway, I hope you found this video useful, helpful, insightful in any way. If you have, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that great big bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. And I'll see you on the next video live stream. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Lots of love. Bye.